In the first 10 seconds, imagine absolute silence in the middle of one of the harshest environments on Earth. No roads, no buildings, no civilization, just endless sand, burning heat, and wind moving like invisible waves across the desert. And then suddenly, something appears on the horizon. Not a mirage, a machine, low, wide, aggressive, and almost alien in shape. This is the Audi RS Q e-tron E2. And what you are about to witness is not just a race car, but a bold experiment that is rewriting the future of motorsport. Now let's go deeper. Because this machine was not built for comfort. Not for cities. Not for smooth highways. It was built for one of the toughest environments in the world. The Dakar Rally. A place where navigation is blind. Where terrain changes every second. Where sand can swallow even the strongest machines. And yet, Audi didn't just enter this battlefield. They arrived with something completely different. Something that challenges everything we thought we knew about performance. At first glance, the RS Q e-tron E2 doesn't look like a normal rally car. It looks like something from the future. Sharp edges. Functional design. Every line shaped by wind and survival. There is no luxury here. No unnecessary comfort. Only one purpose. Survive the impossible, and keep moving faster than anything else on the terrain. Now here is where it gets interesting. Under this aggressive body, there is no traditional engine. No V8 roar. No turbocharged combustion sound. No mechanical chaos. Instead, this machine runs on electricity. Yes, electric power, in the middle of the desert. 2 electric motors power the front and rear axles. Combined output is around 671 horsepower. But numbers alone don't explain the experience. Because electric power behaves differently. It doesn't build gradually like a combustion engine. It arrives instantly. The moment the driver presses the pedal, full torque is delivered immediately. No delay. No gear change. No waiting. Just pure instant force. Like the desert itself is reacting to the driver's command. But now comes the real question. If this is an electric machine, how does it survive long desert races without charging stations? This is where Audi completely changed the rules. Inside the RS Q e-tron E2 is a fuel-powered energy converter. But here's the key detail. It does not drive the wheels. Its only job is to generate electricity while the car is running. So the energy system works like this. Fuel engine right pointing arrow generates electricity, right pointing arrow powers battery system, right pointing arrow drives electric motors, right pointing arrow moves wheels. This is not a traditional hybrid. This is a mobile power station on wheels. A self-sustaining electric race system designed for endurance. Now imagine this in real Dakar conditions. A driver is deep in the desert. No roads. No landmarks. No clear direction except navigation tools. Sand dunes stretch endlessly in every direction. The RS Q e-tron E2 moves forward almost silently. And that silence is the first thing that feels strange. Because rally cars are usually loud. They scream. They roar. They shake the ground. But this machine, it whispers. A deep electric hum replaces engine noise. And that silence feels powerful, almost unnatural. Like technology has taken control of nature. Now let's talk about performance. Even though this machine is built for endurance, it is still incredibly fast in off-road conditions. It can reach speeds of around 170 km per hour on desert terrain. And that is extremely dangerous. Because desert racing is not like normal racing. There is no stable ground. No predictable grip. No fixed surface. Every meter is unpredictable. One hidden dip. One unstable landing. One wrong angle. And everything can change. Instantly. But the RS Q e-tron E2 is built for exactly this chaos. Its suspension system is massive. Long travel arms absorb huge impacts from dunes and jumps. The chassis is reinforced like a survival capsule. The cockpit is designed to protect the driver in extreme crashes. Even the aerodynamics are not for smooth roads, but for chaotic desert airflow. Every part exists for one reason: to keep the machine alive when everything else says it should fail. Now here is something most people don't realize. In traditional rally cars, sound is very important. Engine RPM tells drivers when to shift. Exhaust noise signals power. Mechanical vibration gives feedback. But in this machine, that system disappears. Because there is no traditional engine sound. So drivers must adapt. They rely on steering feedback, suspension movement, tire grip changes, chassis vibration, visual terrain reading. It becomes less about hearing the car, and more about feeling it. Almost like the driver and machine become one system. Now compare this with traditional performance machines. A rally Toyota depends on combustion power. A Lamborghini depends on high engine sound and revs. Even powerful SUVs depend on mechanical torque. But the RS Q e-tron E2 removes all of that and replaces it with electric torque. Instant, clean, precise, no mechanical waiting, just immediate response. And that is the real revolution. Because this is not just an upgrade. It is a complete change in thinking. Audi is not asking how to make a faster rally car. They are asking, what if we rebuild performance from zero? Now imagine this machine at full speed across a desert stage. It climbs a dune. The front lifts. The suspension compresses violently on landing. Sand explodes into the air. But the car does not stop. It stabilizes instantly. Power adjusts instantly. And it continues forward like nothing happened. That is the real power of electric systems in extreme environments. Instant correction. Instant adaptation. Instant control. And here is the emotional part. The RS Q e-tron E2 feels different. Because silence changes everything. When a machine is silent but powerful, tension increases. You don't hear danger. You feel it. Every movement becomes sharper. Every jump feels heavier. Every second feels more intense. The desert becomes a stage. And the machine becomes a controlled force inside it. So what is this machine really? It is not just a race car. It is a test. A test of whether electric systems can survive the harshest racing conditions on Earth. A test of whether silence can replace sound. A test of whether the future of racing is no longer mechanical, but electric. And when the Audi RS Q e-tron E2 disappears into the desert horizon, you are not just watching a machine. You are watching the beginning of a new era, where performance is no longer defined by noise, but by precision, silence, and instant electric power. And this is only the beginning.